Hi, everyone. First Alert Meteorologist Scott Gagliardi here with your Thursday morning First Alert Weather Extra. Had some beneficial rain last night that we certainly needed, especially across parts of the shoreline. I mean, Bridgeport and even through New Haven, points out towards the east, New London, Old Saybrook, Madison, Clinton, Guilford. You haven't seen much rain at all throughout the month. So this was very beneficial and very welcome. But we're also keeping an eye on Hurricane Erin and any impacts that will have here locally. So let's get straight to the maps. Right now, we're going to take a live look outside in Windsor Locks. Notice there's lots of clouds still from that rain last night. Temperatures held back into the 50s, and our wind speeds there out of the north at 9. Those winds will be picking up later on today, at least the gusts, and most notably down along the immediate shoreline, places like New London. You could have wind gusts later on today topping 30 miles per hour. Notice right now, though, not many people out there. Well, that's because those wave heights out there in Long Island Sound and towards Block Island, where ferry service is closed for today, is, pretty quiet look there in New London. And that's the way things will likely stay, especially at the marina there, or I should say that the ferry dock in New London. Old Saybrook, you notice some of the waves are rocking around the boats. There's not much, but there's enough that we're seeing the marina just a little bit more active than it normally would be on a typical morning. I want to start with the almanac, though, because our normal low temperature should be 61 and our high should be 83. Yesterday, we only got to 63 degrees, 20 degrees below average. And we're really not forecasting any days that are well above average. Coming up for, say, by Saturday, could reach maybe 84, but no extreme warmth on the way. Is strong signals too that we don't see any for the next 1 to 2 weeks. So as much as summer, we're still in summer. I mean, it is still August for another 10 days. The times are changing, put it that way. As far as our drought monitor maps, so normally you think, well, hey, we had the rain last night. Why is this not changed? Because with 1 to 2, in some cases even 2.5 inches of rain, that is exactly what we want, and that would effectively lower the coverage of this abnormally dry coverage on the drought monitor. But so the way the drought monitor works is they don't release the data, or I should say the timing of this only goes until till Tuesday. So anything that we had Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, Wednesday, and last night as well, is not pictured here, and it won't be until next week. So technically this is still the same drought monitor map from last week. The new update comes in at 8:30, but likely no changes because we didn't see much rain. We didn't see any rain really before yesterday. So keeping that dry, abnormally dry shading there until next week. First Alert Live Radar looks like it scans the state mostly dry up towards Windham and Talon County. Can't rule out maybe a few areas of mist and drizzle, even along parts of the shoreline, but conditions do improve throughout the day. Your rainfall totals, pretty impressive. An inch to, in some cases, up and over 2 inches in that orange shading there for parts of Fairfield County, where last night there was some flood advisories. So conditions have certainly improved, but the rain that we needed is very welcome by the lawns, the gardens. We needed it. Any of the wells out there, if you have a well, I'm sure you were very happy about last night's rain. Temperatures this morning only in the 50s to near 60, so not too terrible in terms of our average low temperature, which is 61. But they don't climb that much today, adding about another, say, 10 to 15 degrees from where they are right now. There is a coastal flood advisory for the shoreline of Middlesex, New Haven, and Fairfield County. Some minor flooding is possible around high tide, which comes in tonight, maybe a foot or two of inundation. But the way the winds will be coming from the north really puts bigger issues for Long Island, kind of pushes that water away from Connecticut, if anything. What you're looking at there are those high tide times tonight, so 8:45 in New London, all the way to 11:01 in Stamford. And that will be the peak of when any of the waves and the height of those waves will make their closest approach to Connecticut, but not looking at big issues along our immediate shoreline. First Alert Futurecast in terms of wind speeds, those will be a bit more noticeable to the south and the east. Notice New London, Norwich, Chester, 25 to near 30 mile per hour wind gusts through tonight. And even towards midnight, still a bit gusty out there. You might hear the wind chimes if you have any of those. Improvements, though, expected by tomorrow as Hurricane Erin pulls away. First Alert Futurecast, though, I want to take a look at this because as much as our clouds break later on today, they're still with us through this evening, and some indications are. I mean, this is the outer cloud shield from Hurricane Erin that we'll see a pretty good looking sunset. So sunset tonight comes in at about 7:45, and I mean this could be excellent. You have sun setting in the west, and it's not just the fact that there are clouds out there, but it's those kind of stadium effect clouds, the tiered clouds. You have first high thin, and then some cumulus, and then some thicker clouds out east. It could really, really look good. So if you see anything, you have to send it in, because I'm gonna say, I mean, the way things look, it could be a pretty epic sunset out there. Then by the time we get towards tomorrow morning, when these systems pull away, they pull in lots of dry air. So Friday, I mean, tomorrow's looking unbelievably good, and that'll even last into the weekend. Beyond that, we're looking at some humidity starting to creep up a little bit by Sunday, maybe into Monday. But beyond that, enjoy this, because it stays quite cooler. So that's what we just looked at was day 1 through 5 in terms of some dew points, our comfort levels. Once we get towards day 6 through 10, so about a week, say next Wednesday through the following weekend, very strong signals of temperatures below average. Now, checking out on the tropics, there's several areas that are being watched. So we have Hurricane Erin, Category 2, another area in that red shading there. It's about a 70% chance of development. A new area to watch, that yellow shading just to the, say, north and east of the red X. That is a low chance of development, and a medium chance way out towards Africa. Plenty of time to watch these, and right now everything stays away from the U.S. coastline, so good news there. But the latest on Erin, wind speeds right now 105 miles per hour. That pressure down to 945. It's come up a bit, so the higher the pressure, the weaker the storm, I guess you could say. But either way, it's still a very, very strong storm out there. Moving to the north-northeast at 17. Maintains that Category 2 status as it comes in a similar latitude as Connecticut. And then beyond that, weakens quickly. Much cooler waters out there. But here locally, the waves later on today, say late this afternoon into tonight, they're going to really pick up in height. I mean, we're talking, you have to get out towards, say, about Mesquamaket and points east. Anywhere from 10 to 15-foot waves. Block Island near 20 feet. Nantucket and Martha's Vineyard, Cape and the Islands, yeah, we're talking massive, massive waves out there. In the Long Island Sound, we have a small craft advisory. We see those pretty often. So not expecting big waves there. You really have to get away from the protection of Long Island Sound. Any Atlantic-facing beaches will see pretty big waves. So head out if you want to see. Just, of course, stay out of the water. You do not want to be in that kind of conditions anywhere. Even surfing is, I mean, I know people are going to want to surf. I'm sure there will be people doing it, but it is very, very unsafe. Highs today. So the sunshine will break through these clouds. Temperatures upper 60s to low and middle 70s. Much better than yesterday, but still well below average. It'll be quite breezy later on today as well. Tonight, cooler, back down in the 50s. Very similar to tonight, what we had last night, I should say, but no rain. If anything, it's mostly clear. Your first alert 7-day forecast. There's those 80s back tomorrow. Great news there. And for Saturday, loving Friday and Saturday. Sunday's okay too. Clouds will be increased, and so will our mugginess. Best chance for showers actually now looks to be on Monday, so pushing that back a bit. At one point it looked Sunday night into Monday. Better chance now comes in on Monday itself. Still muggy as well. And then beyond that, our temperatures fall back into the mid-70s, so below average. And can't complain about it, though. I mean, mid-70s, even some mid and upper 70s next week. Once we get past Monday, looking pretty good. There's a look at your shoreline high temperatures over the next 7. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Any plans to head out to go see those waves? As mentioned, you got to get towards Rhode Island and points east. They'll be looking good, though, later on today. And as mentioned, at sunset, keep an eye on it tonight because it could be pretty spectacular. Other than that, have a great day and a great weekend. We'll see you back here not only tonight at 9:30, but once again, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Have a great day.